We're going to be talking about moving from RefWorks to EndNote Basic. This is important because RefWorks is going away at the end of the fall semester, so you'll want to move your citations over before then. You'll log into RefWorks or New RefWorks, whichever one you've been using, and leave that open. You'll open another page and go in and create an account in EndNote Basic. I do recommend that people use their university email because that gives you affiliation privileges, which means you get a slightly beefed up version of EndNote Basic. And you'll want to keep both the screens live while you're doing the work. And then you can start to migrate things over. You can find EndNote Basic by looking with the search box at the top of the library's page. It's also, there's a link at the top of Web of Science if you want to go in that way. This way you'll click on either one of those two links and it'll take you to the same place, which is the sign up. You'll want to sign up and register once, because if you end up with multiple accounts, it gets really confusing. Some people sign up with Facebook or LinkedIn, but I recommend that you go ahead and just use your UARC account because, again, our version is slightly beefed up compared to some of the others. You don't have to use your UARC password with this. You can. Just something you'll remember is good because it's a little bit of a pain in the neck to keep changing it. It opens to the Getting Started guide. I usually hide that. You can hide it for these steps. Yours won't look exactly the way mine does because I've got a lot of citations already in there, but it's okay. So going back, if we open RefWorks, this is the legacy version. What I'm going to do is choose a folder. I've chosen a folder of citations to export. You don't want to try and do them all at once, although I tried it just as an experiment. It's kind of messy. So pick a folder and try and do fewer than 200 at a time, because it works better and faster if you go with relatively fewer than relatively more. This one is 65 records just because I happen to have this folder handy. You'll select the folder, you'll click on that References tab in the top gray bar, and then you'll hit Export. Then you'll get a dialog box which asks you if you want to include those references from that particular folder. In this case, all in the list, which is what's in the folder. You'll select an export format called Bibliographic Software EndNote Reference Manager ProCite, and then you'll hit the button that says Export References. That should generate a screen that looks like this. You'll copy this information and save it as a text file, whether that's on Notepad, whether that's in Word, however you want to do it. Then you go over to EndNote Basic, you'll click on the Collect tab, which is up in that top gray bar, and choose Import References. That gives you this dialog. You'll choose your text file, wherever you saved it. I usually just save mine to my desktop because that's the easiest place to find them, but you can also save them into your downloads or wherever you want to put it. Then you'll use RefMan RIS, which seems kind of counterintuitive because there is a RefWorks import option, but RefMan RIS works consistently more effectively for me. If you don't know where that is, you can select it from the favorites and add it to your favorites. Let me see. You can go here and select it and add it to your favorites. And then you'll either choose a group or just import them as a new group. It doesn't matter because you're going to get a chance to name the group next. But first you have to hit the import button, which is right there, and it should work. Now you can match the folders you had in RefWorks. You can import them all at once and then rearrange them. It is up to you, but that's what I normally have been doing, is to name a group that matches. So we'll name our group, and then you'll look for this signal that those were imported in. If it says 0, there's something wrong and you need to start again. Normally I've been quite successful. I've done 24 folders in the last couple of days, and each of them has worked as long as I went through these steps. All right then, so if you have any questions, please get a hold of me or contact your subject librarian. We're all here to help everybody get through this. Thank you.